thank him for agreeing to work with me in a bipartisan way to address the critical issues that are so important to our workers, our businesses, and our families, um, not just in both of our states, but tourism across the country and, of course, around the world. Um, and I really look forward to a productive partnership. I'd also like to thank Chair Cantwell and Ranking Member Cruz for their leadership and for supporting the work of this crucial subcommittee. And so today's hearing will examine federal implementation of bipartisan travel and tourism legislation, the legislation that we enacted during the last Congress. Specifically, the subcommittee will discuss the progress in implementing my historic bipartisan Omnibus Travel and Tourism Act. We like to call it the tour bus. It will also look at the impact of funding for Brand USA that we have included in the March 22 government funding package, and it will examine the Department of Transportation's implementation of travel and tourism policies included in the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, including my Bipartisan Tourism Act, among other topics. Last Congress, we saw unprecedented action in tourism-related legislation, led in part thanks to the bipartisan work of this subcommittee. And today, I look forward to hearing about how the administration is implementing this legislation and fulfilling new requirements to enhance the travel and tourism industry, particularly through the landmark Omnibus Travel and Tourism Act, which I was proud to lead with Senator Wicker. The last hearing the subcommittee held analyzed the Department of Commerce's then newly published National Travel and Tourism Strategy. Today, we will also review the progress in implementing the strategy, which was released almost exactly a year ago this week. The success of all these efforts is critical to the U.S. economy, particularly the economy in my state of Nevada. My state is a world-class destination that relies heavily on tourism, and as we know, this industry was devastated by the pandemic. Since then, and thanks to our efforts, our tourism industry began to bounce back last year to near pre-pandemic levels. The economic impacts of Nevada's tourism industry are driven by visitors spending on hotel rooms, dining, shopping, local transportation, live entertainment, and more. And that spending directly supports jobs, wages, and economic activity, and it ripples through our entire economy in the state of Nevada. This means economic activity for small businesses and entrepreneurs that rely on visitors coming to our state. It's why I've been pleased to see that what we're doing to strengthen this industry is working. In 2022, visitor spending hit an all-time high of nearly $45 billion, exceeding pre-pandemic levels. Total spending by visitors during 2022 outpaced the previous year by about 24%, and it outpaced the 2019 total by about 21%. And 2023 has been a success story so far as well. We're seeing a mix of headliners and marquee special events coming to my great state of Nevada, from NASCAR to Taylor Swift to the NCAA tournament, college basketball games. And all of that paired with robust convention in the month of March that included Con Expo, Con Ag, our trade show, which happens to be North America's largest construction trade show with over 140,000 attendees. I want to brag some more on Nevada because Nevada is also becoming a global center of sports. We're hosting the Super Bowl next year. We are the proud home of the WNBA champs, the Las Vegas Aces. And tonight, our Golden Knights have the chance to bring home the Stanley Cup. And I'm just going to put this out there, go Knights, go. I have to do it. Anyway, this November, we'll also see Nevada host the Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix, the largest international sporting event ever to take place in our state. And as such, it is my responsibility in this subcommittee to ensure the bipartisan tourism and travel legislation we passed last Congress is being implemented and supporting workers and the industry as we intended. However, the full recovery of international travel, particularly from Asia, continues to challenge the industry in Nevada and across the country. The International Trade Administration's National Travel and Tourism Office forecasts the total volume of international visitation to the U.S. to increase to nearly 63 million visitors in 2023. It's up 21% from 2022, but still below 80% of the 2019 pre-pandemic visitation level. So we need to find our ways to bring back those international travelers, and I look forward to discussing how some of the legislation from last Congress is supporting the recovery of international travel and what additional barriers remain. So testifying today, we have Ryan Ball, Acting Deputy Assistant Secretary for Travel and Tourism and Director of the National Travel and Tourism Office at the Department of Commerce. Welcome. We have Carol Annie Petsong. Am I saying that right? Petsong, very good. Assistant Secretary for Aviation and International Affairs at the U.S. Department of Transportation. Welcome. And Christopher Thompson, President and CEO of Brand USA. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. I look forward to hearing from each of you and hearing your experiences and your expertise as we review the implementation of tourism policies enacted last Congress.